Hey, this is Brittany Griner from the Phoenix Mercury, and you listen to the 3-Point Conversion.
All right, everybody, we will get started with questions from Miriam. Miriam, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Before the game, you said you'd learn more about this team when you guys experienced a little bit of adversity, and it's the first loss. I just kind of wondered what's the vibe with these ladies, and what are you learning about them?
Yeah, no, I think yeah, I mean they're disappointed. We're all disappointed, and you never want to be the team that loses coming into the locker room at the end of a game. So we're gonna learn what it now feels like early in the season to respond to a loss, right? We won our first two games, we lose this one. How do we respond to it individually, collectively? And that's all we can focus on. And that's what being in this league is about. And you win or lose, you have to move on to the next one. And that's what we'll try and do as we prepare for Connecticut. But definitely the group is disappointed that we came up short tonight.
Is there anything in particular that right after the game that you can learn from this? I mean, obviously you guys were scoring so well the first couple games. Anything Atlanta did that slowed you guys down, or just one of those nights?
No, not really. I think it was just one of those nights where we couldn't generate, at least consistently over the course of the game, like the energy that it takes to really I think win at this level. We were a little flat at times, a little lethargic. Even though we've only played 2 games prior to tonight, but this is our third. We left LA a week ago, so that's just all a part of season and taking a longer road trip, and we still, you got to find a way, and so I think it was one of those nights where just some of the shot opportunities. Kennedy's been really good, and some of the same opportunities she had tonight just didn't go. Ray had a couple good looks. Brittany Sykes has been good offensively. Those shots just didn't go tonight. So it was hard for us to generate, I think some confidence offensively and some flow on that end. We just didn't shoot the ball well enough. But you also do, you have to give Atlanta some credit as well for, the activity that they played the game with.
We'll go next question to Edwin Garcia. Edwin, go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, Fish?
Doing okay, Edwin.
All right, fantastic. So today's 3-point attempts were a little bit higher, 19, which was an early season high with game 1, but much better than the second game that only had 10. What's your overall offensive philosophy on the importance of the 3 and the need to shoot it?
It's important and we need to shoot it. I mean, that's my philosophy. I think you have to, be mindful of what each game presents. And so it's not really, in my opinion, at least, it's not picking an arbitrary number to say we have to shoot this many per game in order to be successful. Some games are going to have lower possession, so you won't get as many up. But also if you're being effective scoring, twos and or in the paint, et cetera, that's an important thing as well. But I think the volume is okay. I think more for us, it's being able to get back to a level of defense that doesn't allow the other team to shoot 33s. I think that's the more important thing for us to focus on right now.
We'll go next question to Mikal. Mikal, go ahead.
Yo, what's up, Coach?
All right, Mikal.
So, man, just tell me how tough of a challenge was it for the ladies, for the first pick, Garden Howard? She had a pretty good performance out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was really guarding her in individual one-on-one situations. She made 5 threes, which were mostly off the catch. So it was really more, the person guarding her teammates getting broken down off the dribble. They have to help. Then they're closing back out to Rhyne Howard, who's a good player and a good shooter. In some of those situations, we didn't close out properly, right? So she was able to shoot the ball well from 3. But other than that, she was 2 out of 8 from the field elsewhere. So, definitely talented. Looked like she's going to have a bright future. When you can shoot the ball that well, at that size and versatility, she has everything you would think that a player needs to be really good at this level. And the most important thing is her team won tonight. So, you have to tip your cap to her.
We'll go next question to Jackie Ray. Jackie, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. During the last game, Liz had mentioned that she felt some fatigue because of the pace of the game. Do you feel like fatigue might have played a part in this game? And what are you doing to kind of build up the stamina while you're on the road?
Yeah, no, it definitely played a part. I mean, the only way to build it, honestly, is to get out and, we're playing these games. And that, we just got to respect the schedule and have it be what it is. Atlanta played one game. We played 2 games coming into tonight. It's their home opener. There's a little more energy in the building for them than us. But that's a part of professional sports. Getting out on the road at times, and yeah, the fatigue is going to be a factor that you have to deal with and manage. But there's no excuse to it. And then as our reward, we get to go play another team that's only played 1 game since the season started. We'll be playing our 4th in 10 days. And there's still not going to be any excuses for how we perform in that game. So, we have to play through that fatigue. It's why we have 10 players on our roster at this point, so that we can try to find ways to keep fresh bodies in there and play through it. And, our bench has been really good for us, coming off and giving us a lift and on the offensive end, and not bad tonight in any way, but we definitely needed a couple more players to knock a few shots down and get us some confidence and some rhythm going on the offensive end.
We'll go to Megan Hines next. Megan, go ahead.
Kind of like going into the fatigue thing, was that kind of a factor early in the game when you guys were starting off with like Atlanta getting off to a little bit of a run and you guys came back? Was that part of a factor, and also like getting them back into the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. The players can better speak to how they, physically actually felt out there. But, getting off to slow starts on the road is, it's just not a good recipe for success, because you will have to exert a lot of energy working your way back into the game. So, that's something we need to try and correct as we look forward to preparing for Connecticut. Just to make sure we get off to a more solid start. And whether the ball is going in or not, we just don't want to be a team that makes it easy for other teams to score. So, hopefully we can get better over the next couple of days and be better prepared on Saturday to get off to a better start.
We'll go last question to Brianne Ingram. Brianne, go ahead.
Hey, Coach.
Agreed.
I'm good. Can you just speak on Lexie's charge that she took? She was right there at the right place in the right time. Although unsuccessful on the last play, she was still able to get her team to take the final shot with that. So can you just speak on her mental toughness and her basketball IQ as a player?
Yeah, no, Lexie did a lot of really good things for us tonight. We think of her as a shooter, and that's a big part of her game. But I think defensively, in particular, and in the second half and in the fourth quarter, she really impacted the game in a major way. So I think on the block charge calls are always kind of bang bang 50-50. We felt like she got there just in enough time. The offensive player caught the ball in the lower defensive box, so she didn't really need to give her that much room to turn and score in that situation. But, calls are going to be 50-50 most of the time either way. But yeah, the way she finished the game, like I said, more so defensively, she did a great job on Howard at times. She got switched on to Erica Wheeler. She did a great job keeping her in front of her. And I thought defensively, she was the reason why we still had a chance to maybe tie this game or maybe get out of here with a victory, in addition to the couple shots that she made to help us close the gap.
Great. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.
We only had 8. Wow.
All right,
Okay.
everybody.
And some of them.
We'll
were
get started with
bad.
questions
My
with
offensive
Miriam.
foul,
What was that?
I don't know. I didn't even extend. So
Miriam, go ahead whenever
She
you're
was
ready.
falling before they even decided.
Hey, ladies. I see you guys, so you only 8 turnovers, I take it. Is that what you guys are looking at?
Yeah, we were looking at that.
That's a good takeaway, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys, so this one was a little bit more of an uphill grind after a couple like high scoring affairs. What do you think it was? You guys, is it just a matter of, one of those nights? Is it the third road game early in the season, or what was going on? Or is it Atlanta?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we have to think about this. We talked about this in the locker room. This is only the third game of the season. It's the long game. A lot of us have not played together. So we're still trying to figure some things out. And we kind of came to the conclusion, like, we got to come out with a better start. Since these last 3 games, we kind of started off really slow. And we're very fortunate to come out on top the last 2 games. But, not every team is going to allow us to, come back like that. Even though we did, we fought. But it's just a testament to how our team is. We're willing to fight back down the stretch. I mean, we were down 7 with like a minute left, and we came back and got a stop. And Lexie had a huge stop at the end of the game. So we're still trying to figure each other out. It's gonna come with time. We gotta think about the long game. It's only the 3rd game of the season, so we're gonna continue to work and get to know each other a little bit better and build that chemistry. But we can't freak out right now. It's only the 3rd game.
Yeah.
For sure. And then real quick, you guys talk about getting to know each other. Obviously Kennedy went home today, or not went home, went back to Atlanta today. And then the organization picked up her option for next year. What have you learned about her so far, and how's she fitting in and tonight?
Yeah, I think Kennedy, she needs like an environment that that she feels, I guess, like welcomed in and can feel nurtured in, maybe through veteran players and getting that experience on the court. I know that she's had her time in the league, of course, and we know that what she can do. And it's just great to have a young player with so much talent like that, but also with so much potential. And so we do what we can to ensure that she can bring that fire that we need and really just be herself. That's kind of where we're at with Ken, and she wants to get better. She talks to us about it. Obviously tonight, if you look at the box score, that's not up to her standard, and she communicated that to us after the game. But like JC said, it's not just one game. It's not just one game, but you're always going to have some type of pride, some type of energy when you play against a team that you've been on before. And one thing about Ken is that she's always going to play hard when she's out there. So for us to be able to do our job and make it easier for her and for her to learn from PGs like JC, that's the journey that we're on right now.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you guys.
We'll go next question to Mikkel. Mikkel, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, ladies? Man, just looking at the box score, like it was pretty much like an even game. It just came down to maybe the 3-point shooting. So what do you guys take away from a game where you played kind of so well and just didn't get the victory?
Yeah, well, I think JC kind of touched on this. It's like really just like coming out and starting with what we want to do and understanding our identity when we come in. You're right. It is pretty even when you're looking at the box score. And one thing that I think is important to note is, this happened against Indiana as well. We won the game and scored in the 80s, only making 1 3. And then, today we had 6 threes, but they had 13 made, and we lost by 2. So it just shows that we are in there, and we need to capitalize on being able to turn stops into points, and also not making things so comfortable. I mean, like shooting 33s, like, oh no. That's a lot of attempts, And so to me, that signals that we didn't make them as uncomfortable as we wanted. And a team like that is going to capitalize. So it's the third game.
We'll go next question to Jackie Ray. Jackie, go ahead.
Hey ladies, so I agree, it's just the third game, and coach talked about you guys would really get to know who you are as a team when you're fighting some hard battles. And like JC said, you guys came back in that last minute, which seems like a pretty hard fight to me. So what have you learned from this moment as you gel with each other and as you build as a team? What do you learn from this hard fought fight, especially late in the game?
I think I pretty much touched on it, our will to just battle back, whether we do have a bad start or, just how we just continue to stay poised and composed. I thought throughout the game when they went on their run, we didn't back down. And I think that's what's important. And that's kind of like our identity, and we just got to have a better start. I think once we have a better start and we lock in on what our identity is a little bit better, I think we'll be really good. But just the fact that these last 3 games that we've had, we've kept our composure. And for a team that has not played together that long, and to do that in the beginning of the season just shows the maturity level of our team, and everybody being able to do their job and staying in the moment and not getting too far ahead. So I think we just got to continue to just build that chemistry. But I think so far, like I said, we've done a good job of battling back and having that fight in us, and we just got to get better.
We'll go last question to Edwin. Edwin, go ahead.
Yeah, this question is for both of you, since you were, had the best view of that final play, being involved in it. I was looking at the replay. It looks like it was intentional to have a double screen going to the left and then, sending the pass inside. Can you talk to me a little bit about the X's and O's of that play and what the best options were, prior to the whistle going off?
Which play?
The last play.
The final play.
We were trying to get it inside. Yeah, we were trying to get it inside. We were only down by 2, so we just wanted to try and tie the game. That was pretty much it. Just trying to get it inside, trying to find the best option, and having Lexie come up. We thought that would kind of help, open up the paint so they wouldn't have to help.
Yeah. We got a good shot.
Yeah,
we got 2 boards.
We got 2 boards. It just didn't fall. So.
All righty. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks.